Welcome to Breakup Cheater, where true emotions meet unforgettable stories. Tonight, we dive into a tale of love, betrayal, and the quiet strength it takes to walk away when the person you trust the most shatters your heart. Settle in, because this one will stay with you long after the story ends. The sound of the door latch clicked like a gunshot in the stillness of the night. I opened my eyes slowly, the digital clock on my nightstand flashing 2:03 a.m. in cold red numbers. The bed beside me was empty, her warmth fading from the sheets as if she had never been there. My heart thudded in my chest, heavy and uncertain. I pushed the blanket aside and moved quietly, the faint shuffle of footsteps on the hardwood floor confirming what I dreaded. She was trying to leave again. When I stepped into the hallway, I saw her, Emily, my wife of 3 years, standing by the door in her coat, phone clutched tightly in her hand. Her hair was tied back hastily, her lips pressed into a thin, impatient line. "Where are you going?" My voice was calm, too calm, the kind of calm that hides a storm. She jumped, then turned. Her eyes met mine, not with guilt, but with something worse, irritation. "You scared me," she hissed, then rolled her eyes. "It's none of your business, really. You don't own me. I'll be back when I feel like it." The words sliced through me. I should have demanded answers. I should have shouted, pleaded, begged. But instead I just nodded. "All right," I said, my voice barely above a whisper. And she left. The door closed softly behind her. The cracks that were always there. Lying awake that night, staring at the ceiling, I replayed the last few months like a film I never wanted to watch. Emily had changed, or maybe I had finally started seeing her clearly. Late-night texts she dismissed as work stuff. Dinners that went cold as she stayed late at the office. A scent of unfamiliar cologne on her scarf one evening that she brushed off with a laugh. I had loved her fiercely, blindly even. I gave her the best parts of me. My patience, my plans, my future. And now, at 2 a.m, she had walked out like I was nothing more than a layover between her real destinations. Sleep never came that night. Instead, a cold, slow resolve began to form. The following morning, Emily returned around 6, slipping into the apartment with the quietness of a thief. Her hair was a mess, her makeup smudged slightly beneath her eyes. She smelled faintly of smoke and something masculine, cologne that didn't belong to me. "Morning," she mumbled, as if nothing had happened. I made coffee. I didn't ask her where she had been. She didn't volunteer the information either. But that morning, something in me shifted. I realized that love without trust is just slow self-destruction. Gathering the pieces. For the next 2 weeks I watched. Not obsessively, not like a jealous man, but like someone waiting for the final card to fall. She grew bolder. Her phone screen always face down. Her laughter on late-night calls had a softness it no longer carried for me. Once, while doing laundry, I found a receipt in her coat pocket. A hotel bar downtown, dated the same night she had disappeared at 2 a.m. My chest tightened as I stared at the name on the receipt. The Langford Suites. That was enough. It was a rainy Thursday night when I finally spoke. She was brushing her hair in the mirror, humming under her breath, acting like our marriage was still alive. "Emily," I said softly. "Who is he?" Her brush froze mid-stroke. For a second, her reflection betrayed her. Eyes wide, lips parting. Then the mask returned. "What are you talking about?" she asked, too casually. "The hotel. The late nights. The smell of someone else on your clothes." She set the brush down, turned to face me, and crossed her arms. "Are you spying on me now? Going through my things?" I didn't raise my voice. "Just tell me the truth." Her shoulders dropped. And then she said the words that broke what little was left between us. "I don't love you like I used to, Michael. I haven't for a long time. He makes me feel alive. You make me feel trapped." It was strange. In that moment I didn't explode. I didn't beg. I just felt empty. That night, I didn't sleep beside her. I went to the couch. The rain tapped against the window like a slow metronome marking the end of something that had once been beautiful. By morning I had made my decision. I wasn't going to fight for someone who treated my heart like a doormat. I wasn't going to beg for crumbs of affection. While she was in the shower, I packed a bag. Not for her, for me. I left my wedding ring on the kitchen counter with a note. "You're free now. I hope it was worth it." I moved into a small one-bedroom across town. The first week was hell. The silence of the apartment pressed against me like a vice. I kept checking my phone, expecting her to call, to apologize, to say something. She didn't. Instead, I started receiving photos, through mutual friends on social media, of her with him. The man from the hotel. The man she left my bed for. They looked happy. Free. Like I had never existed. And that, more than anything, forced me to stop hoping. Healing isn't dramatic. It's quiet, slow, and full of small victories. I started running again. Called up old friends I had neglected. Focused on work. Not as an escape, but as a foundation. Months passed. One evening, as I jogged through the park, I saw her by chance. She was alone, sitting on a bench, staring at her phone with a tight expression. No makeup. No smile. She looked up, saw me, and for a moment, just a moment, there was something in her eyes that looked like regret. We didn't speak. I just nodded and kept running. A letter. A few days later, an envelope arrived at my new place. It was from Emily. Inside was a single page, handwritten. "Michael, I don't know why I'm writing this. Maybe because I can't sleep. Maybe because I thought freedom would feel better than this. I miss the way you looked at me like I was enough. I miss the mornings we shared. But I can't undo what I did. I was selfish. I thought I wanted more, but I ended up with less. Sorry." I folded the letter carefully, placed it back in the envelope, and tucked it away. Not to cherish it, but to remind myself of the night I finally chose myself over someone who never really chose me. It's been a year now. People ask me if I'd ever take her back. The answer is no. Not out of bitterness, but because betrayal leaves a scar that never quite fades. Love, I've learned, isn't about possession. It's about respect, loyalty, and presence. The night I caught her sneaking out at 2 a.m., I thought it was the end of my world. Turns out, it was just the beginning of a new one. One where I finally stopped waiting for the door to open and started building a life that didn't need her to feel whole. Thank you for listening to this emotional journey on Breakup Cheater. If this story moved you, share your thoughts below. Your words may help someone going through the same storm. Subscribe for more stories of heartbreak, betrayal, and resilience. Until next time, keep your heart open, but never ignore the red flags.